Hello, my name is Rachel Diaz, and I will be presenting my slideshow on cellular respiration and photosynthesis. And I will also be using some of my own plants here to help explain the process a little easier. So first we'll go over cellular respiration. So what that does is it works to break down glucose. It actually uses water and glucose to create carbon dioxide and oxygen. What this does is it creates something called ATP. That ATP is then used as energy in cells, almost like an energy currency, so to speak. And then that is used to perform different tasks. The formula for cellular respiration is almost the opposite of the formula for photosynthesis. So what this means is that the reaction for cellular respiration, the product is photosynthesis, and so for photosynthesis, the reaction, the product is cellular respiration. So once we get to photosynthesis now, what that does is that makes glucose. Plants use chlorophyll to capture light, and they also have found very different ways to adapt in different environments to optimize the photosynthesis process. So they use something called the stomata that absorbs the carbon dioxide, and then that converts the water and the carbon dioxide into oxygen and glucose, which, like we stated before in cellular respiration, that it's sort of flip-flopped there between the two. So I wanted to use some of my own plants to display here. So like on the cactus, let me make sure I get it. No, it's here. On a cactus, they use something called cam photosynthesis. What that is that means it opens its stoma actually at nighttime. Because if it opened it during the day, where cactuses are usually found in a desert where it's extremely hot, it would lose all of its water. So it waits and it opens those stomas at night, and then it stores and stores the water and closes those stomas during the day. And so I just wanted to show here on my cactus what it looks like. So this is called an African milk tree, but as you can see, it's a cactus. But obviously it's not in the middle of a desert, but in its natural environment, that is something that a lot of cactuses learn to adapt to do. Another one I wanted to show here is, this is obviously quite different looking than a cactus, this is called an African black mask plant, and they have very wavy ridges here. The outside of the leaf is very waxy in coating, and if you look, the underside of the leaf is a lot darker than the top part of it. So what that does is it's a wider set leaf and it's a longer leaf. So this helps to optimize it being able to capture that light and create the most out of its photosynthesis. So this plant is not going to be found in a desert. It's much more tropical. So that's why it needs a wider and longer set leaf. That way it can make sure that it captures as much light as possible. So their connection to each other between cellular respiration and photosynthesis is that glucose starts the process for both of them and is really at the center of it. So plants are unlike people because people need to eat to create glucose, and plants can absorb that from the light and create their own glucose. Both of their reactions do contain water, carbon dioxide, oxygen, glucose, and energy. It just all depends on where it is. Like we went over before, it's sort of here in my third bullet point is the reaction of one product is the product of another. So it flip-flops back and forth between the two. And then these are the sources that I used to create my project. And again, I used a photo here where you can just sort of see, let me go back, where you can see the flowers are absorbing light, and you can see underneath here, that is where the stomas are located. It's on the underside of the leaves and petals and things, and that's where they help to capture that light. So thank you for listening.